In this tutorial, we are going to show how to allow the user to enter two integer numbers, add those two numbers together, then display the answer on the screen to the user. Let's begin. The first thing we need to do is declare two string variables that will hold the values entered by the user. Then we need to create the section that asks the user to enter the numbers. Finally, we will take the information that the user just entered and add them together, then display the answer on the screen. Starting with our variables that will hold the user input, we declare two of them and set them to be of type string. We do this because we will be using readline, which accepts inputs that must be of type string. We will convert our strings to integers later so we can add them together. In our example, we have variables n1 and n2 to hold the two user inputs. Next, we ask the user to enter the two numbers that we will eventually add together and display the answer onto the screen. To do this, we first prompt the user using the console_write method asking for the first number. Below that, we use the console readline method to accept the user's input. The number that the user enters will be assigned to our first string variable. We now repeat what we just did above, except this time we do it for our second string variable. Stop the video here and see if you can write the code for the second user input. How did you do? Does the code you wrote look similar to our example? Now that we have the ability to accept two inputs from the user, we need to convert those string inputs to integers so we can add them together. For the purpose of this tutorial, we are going to create two more variables of type integer and use those new variables in our output. We need to convert our string variable to an integer. To do this, we use the int32parse method. As you can see here in our example, we declare the variable num1 to be of type int and then set that equal to the n1 variable after we have converted it to integer with this method. Stop the video here and see if you can convert the second string variable to an integer. How did you do? Does your code for converting the second string variable to an integer look similar to ours? Our last steps are to add the two numbers together and display the answer onto the screen. For this, we can do it all on one line in the console_write_line method. In our text area, we use a placeholder for our answer, represented by the 0 enclosed in curly braces, followed by a comma, then in parentheses. We add our first integer variable to our second integer variable. Stop the video here to finish your code and then run your program. Did the correct answer display on the screen? Where in the code do you think you could have written things a bit differently to make the code more efficient? Write your answers in the comments section below. This concludes our tutorial of writing code to accept two integer inputs from the user, adding them together, and displaying the answer on the screen. If you found this information helpful, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe to the Support Desk channel. Also, check out our other Support Desk videos, and if you have an IT question that needs to be answered, leave it in the comments section below.